There, are you fucking happy?
The drops were really loud. the initial
Yeah?
sounded very loud.
Is that what you wanted?
I mean,
For the cup to be filled, the bottle emptied.
The doth bottle empty, the cup filleth and floweth over.
Hand me the bag of children.
Oh god, it's such a heavy bag.
Well, there were a lot of kids inside.
Mm-hmm.
So are you like, how do you eat the children?
I don't.
I like to kind of flatten them first.
Mm-hmm. Squish them.
Yeah, make it flat. It gets rid of a bunch of the excess sugar.
Mm.
I kind of like that, and then I usually go for the head first because you don't want them screaming for too long, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a children eater typically.
Mm.
I don't like the sourness.
But they're sweet.
And then they're gone.
I can't.
Oh. You okay, Josh?
This was all a mistake.
You started the episode.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're still on the ship. Skippy-chan ate shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done that before?
Eating shit?
Well, just like be walking and then... You can be truthful here.
We know the answer, Josh.
We can be truthful here.
You don't need me to say anything. You know the answer.
But danger prone Darien.
No, it doesn't exist. It's a myth. A legend even.
Then you should be fine with telling us
but I just don't want
a
to.
real answer to this, right?
No, actually, no. I've never fallen over a day in my life.
Okay.
Every part of my body is in great, right, firm shape of some kind. Firm and solid in some way. Uninjured.
Whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night. But hello everyone.
Howdy.
Welcome back to Khemia.
Mm-hmm. We're flying through space.
Yep.
We finally left the fucking planet, though.
Yeah, and we're gonna be on this ship for the remainder of the game.
We're gonna be on the ship for the next 20 parts, so buckle in.
Right? This 2-build game will be 20 parts. If we're so lucky.
If we're so lucky.
Right?
We know it's gonna be way more.
Right. Rubbing at the left side of my, the left side of my hip, I look down at my feet in confusion. 3 metallic-looking containers sit in the middle of the corridor, and my foot had caught to the corner of the one sticking out furthest.
Huh?
There's a heavy grunt that I recognize immediately, and Brunus sticks his head around an open door with a stern squint, before looking down and seeing me.
Skip, what the hell are you doing? We get the song again.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I was afraid it would only appear once.
I'm glad it hasn't.
Right.
I want to hear it all the time.
Every day.
Though I do really like the Khemia main theme.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
On the title screen.
Yeah.
Really good.
It's good. My irritation and self-pity from earlier aren't helped by this new turn of events. I get to my feet roughly, likely flashing Brunus with my undergarments, as I don't bother trying to keep myself decent. He is the type to not care anyway. Is leaving your belongings out for others to injure themselves upon a normal Khemian custom? Brunus is, Brunus blinks an eye. An eye? Okay. Wait, blinks at me. Wait. It's okay, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Probably due to the fact that he's never seen me in such a state.
Huh? I'm moving my stuff in right now. Is it a wolf thing to not look where you're going?
I'm simply curious as to whether or not I will need to be more careful if I want to return to Adastra in one piece. What?
Nothing.
Wealth, fame, power. Goldie Roger obtained all these things anyway.
What the hell crawled up your ass, Skip?
I sigh and massage the bridge of my snoot with both paws, feeling my stomach lurch again. Exacerbated.
That's the word.
Yo.
Good
It
job.
did. By my fallings. By my falling?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know, Brunus. Could I get an anti-medic? Great. What is this word?
Anti-medic? I don't know what that is.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Please. Certainly, a drone has been dispatched to your location. Okay, what is it?
And, chiefly of a drug preventing vomiting.
Oh.
So, yeah, like a anti-vomit. Like Dramamine.
This anti-vomit pill.
Yeah. Anti-nausea. A stomach cure. Of sorts. Speaking of which, I just had to deal with Neferdu biting my head off for being too fat.
I turn my attention back to Brunus. Speaking of which, what do you mean by that?
Speaking of things up your ass. Ah, shit.
Brunus winces.
You guys are kind of uptight about that sort of thing, aren't you?
I'm more annoyed that he's pointing it out, but as usual, my moments of frustration and irritation never last long. Already I can feel it running out of steam. It's difficult to be mad at Brunus anyway. Yes, uptight. Speaking of, anyway, I'm sorry that I snapped at you. I am not feeling well.
Yeah, looks like you ain't.
Brutus watches as I am suddenly distracted by a smooth, glossy black dome that levitates towards me, then extends a tiny white wafer. I take it with some confusion. Thanks? Do I need water, or...?
Goes under the tongue.
I try not to visibly pledge at the idea of letting vile medication sit in my mouth for several minutes. Oh, alright, anyway. What were you saying about Neferdu being upset? I doubt he would purposefully criticize your size. I carefully drop the square wafer under my tongue, hardly feeling it land before I close my mouth and it dissolves instantly.
Did you ever like those breath strips?
No, I don't like them.
Like they just like you pop them and you go not.
Yeah, I never liked them.
You didn't like them?
They were too intense for the small period of time they're there. Like they dissolve very quickly.
Right.
But I didn't like it. No.
Reasonable. I kind of enjoyed the sting. Like it felt like I was being like punched in the mouth by like Listerine, and it was kind of great. What I didn't like about them is how gummy they got. Like there was a period like right close to after you just put them on, they got really gummy before they completely dissolved.
Yeah, I don't.
It wasn't great. I didn't like them. I didn't like them for that reason. But
my dog didn't like them either.
I would imagine not. Was this Angel or Gizmo?
Angel.
Okay.
I would lick one side of them and stick it on the roof of her mouth.
Oh my god! Beast! Monstro! That's awful!
What?
But kind of funny.
she would just be there, just like for a
Doing
while, like.
Oh man. Oh.
It's fine. Bruna shrugs.
I don't know, honestly. I was in the hall bringing stuff in and he told me to move and not take up the entire space or something. He scurried off before I could properly yell back at him. You two fighting or something?
Brunus looks at me, waiting for a response. I point at my mouth to remind him of the medication, while being simultaneously glad to have an excuse not to respond.
Oh, you can swallow. It's made with some weird nanotech stuff that makes you absorb it like a few seconds.
Though Brunus doesn't sound very sure, he's surely right. While the route of administration might be different from anti-nausea medication from I've had on Adastra, the side effects definitely are not. I feel a sudden fatigue set in behind my eyes, one that I associate with bloating due to that being the only occasion I took the drug. While I'd rather be more alert, I noticed that the nausea instantly gone, and I'm glad for this Khemia and nanotech. And though I expect the taste to be bitter and acrid, it is instead slightly sweet and almost non-existent. Fascinating. I say it to myself, though Brunus responds with a face of disgust.
I'd rather feel sick than take that shit. Makes me want to sleep all day. Pop takes care of motion sickness and all my other problems too.
Can I have some?
Shh.
Give me a pipe.
Be nice, right? I'd like to have a little pipe like that. It's cute.
I would get one, but not smoke anything.
No.
Just have the pipe.
That'd be fun. They're fun to just kind of hold in your teeth.
Right. The Wolverine looks down at the large crates.
By the way, you're rooming with me. Already pushed your stuff in.
Oh. Okay. I take a look around Brunus to peer inside the small room with two beds on either side, one of which already has two identical metal crates next to it. Oh, thank you, Brunus. It only makes me feel more guilty, knowing that he had to haul my belongings in first.
Sure. Don't know why they dropped all our shit here instead of in the actual room, though. Yo,
It's silent for a moment, and I wonder if Brunus failed to summon the AI, but then I remember how it works.
Give me some pop. They destroyed my stash on Adastra.
Brunus gives me a knowing look.
Probably destroyed by that asshole magistrate. I'll bet he's high off his ass right now. For the sake of Ahotep.
I'm confused by the sudden change in tone, then I realize he's responding to something said. I suppose there are downsides to having an AI only you can hear.
You want me to list everything? Headache, backache, stomachache, heartache. Yeah, great. Thanks.
Brunus turns his attention back to me, and I look down at one of the crates. Normally it would have been, levitating slightly off the ground through the use of magnets, though I suppose the floor is not compatible. Here, I will push this one inside. It sounds like you are in a great deal of pain. Brunus shrugs.
I'll live. You just gotta give Am enough reasons to justify dealing it out. I don't mind helping you, though.
I grunt as I slide one of the cases across the floor, wishing that it at least had wheels. Isn't drug usage free and plentiful on Khemia? Brunus makes a snorting sound.
That what they tell you in wolf school?
His knowing, condescending tone makes me furrow my brows. Instead of allowing my emotions to take control like I did after talking to Nephidu, I take a deep breath and let the defensive anger flow out of it. Snide remarks that about wolves are something I will hear regularly, so this is a good opportunity to practice separating my emotions and my work. Well, not told, but shown footage of addicted Khemians in the streets of the capital.
Typical they'd show propaganda like that.
Is it not true?
It doesn't matter if it's true. What matters is that what they're using it for.
I decide to let the topic go at that point, feeling as if I'd successfully Dastra's reputation, at least for now. Brunus gives a loud grunt as he follows me into the room, pushing the last crate. Anyway, it does seem that you are in a lot of pain. I come to a stop at the foot of what I assume is Brunus's bed, while the Wolverine follows shortly after.
Huh. One sec.
He stops to catch his breath.
Whew. If the aches are bad, I just get a script from the palace doctor.
My slightly strained breathing is dwarfed by the huffs and panting of the Wolverine as he leans heavily against the crate.
I don't like him very much because not being able to feel pain is kind of scary to me. But like I said, it ain't bad.
Brunus sits on the crate, his sizable rear covering most of it.
Thickums, boy.
Right?
Nah, while Pop helps a bit with that, it's mostly mental shit. Like, it really does wonders for me. Keeps me sane, I think.
Oh, how so? I try to seem not to seem too interested. That's what that says. Even though we are not on Adastra, the idea of a psychoactive drug like this is frightening.
Well, I guess it kind of makes everything a little more. It kind of makes everything make a little more sense. I guess it slows stuff down so I can think through it properly.
That sounds rather nice.
And what I like most about it is that it makes emotions more meaningful, I guess. I don't know. Never had to explain it before. It just feels good.
I raise a brow. Doesn't that get in the way of your work? I know he smokes the pipe almost constantly, so while I can comprehend using it for leisure, but important work on behalf of the parents?
Well, that's the thing. I feel better, it's easier to empathize, and that's important for diplomacy.
I think, wanting to inquire more about emotions and diplomacy, but I'm also unsure if I should be discussing such matters with Brunus. I'm spared the decision as a soundless drone floats into the cabin, this time extending a small black capsule about the size of my thumb. Brunus eyes this dispassionately before plucking the capsule rather aggressively from the drone.
Thanks. This'll last me a solid half hour. Anyway, yeah.
Brunus uses a flicking motion with his thumb to open the tiny capsule.
You shouldn't let personal shit get in the way, but it's important to empathize with the side you're negotiating with.
I watch him pack this strange pipe contraption for a while, the Wolverine handling the flaky green concoction carefully so as not to spill any of it. Does it help with distracting thoughts? I can't stop myself from asking. I have, for the most part, been able to keep myself in check for the better part of 2 years. But the past hour has left me feeling as if it's all about to fall apart. I realize then how desperate I am for some kind of solution, a fix for the dysfunctional brain of mine. I suppose my approach isn't subtle, however. Brunus leans back and eyes closely. He eyes me closely, his pipe held in one hand.
It might. It's different for everyone, but I know people use it for focus. You doing okay, by the way?
Definitely. As you know, it's very illegal to possess such substance on Adastra, so I am simply curious about this part of Khemian culture. Brunus continues to study me, and I try to keep my paws from fidgeting and clasping together.
Well, Pop is just Khemian strain of Chronoma, which is native to Omorpha. Kind of funny that it's banned on Adastra when you guys borrowed so much from the cats.
Wow, amazing. Rude, even. Brunus winks at me to lighten the jab, even though I'm too anxious at the idea of this plant to work myself up over it.
Anyway, if you really are interested, I can take you to an amorphin dispensary. The cats really know their shit when it comes to anything plant-related, obviously. They got a bunch of stuff that might be better for you.
Okay, so they're like a little more into the plants
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Give me the druggie.
Well, I mean, not just druggy.
Give me the druggie.
But plants.
Give me the druggie.
I don't-
Catnip.
Oh. Why? The cats aren't even here.
No, but I assume that's what.
Oh, they have the catnipple.
Yeah. That's why they do those drugs.
I want to see Alex show up and his eyes get open. He's not going to be in this game.
No.
He's hanging out with old, what's his ass?
Cassius?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. Well, I don't think I would. Brutus can clearly see that I'm interested, which only convinces me to back out of this odd, reckless attempt to fix myself. Well, I know that much of the education I receive on the use of recreational drugs was simply state propaganda. I still feel deeply uneasy about them. Using a drug to patch over a mental deficiency.
Full subdifer.
This is good. I've nailed it, guys.
Just it. The fur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mine simply feels unwise. A few years ago, I once asked my doctor for an anti-anxiety script, only for him to tell me that he only prescribes sedatives to females. Even now, my cheeks burn at the memory. Just as I'm about to head over to my side of the room, however, Brunus sticks his pipe out towards me.
Want a puff? I know it's not a wolf thing, but it'd be rude for me not to offer.
I stare at the pipe for a moment, my curiosity rekindled.
Besides, it might help you with your issues. If you got any, of course. Not saying you do.
I stand unmoving for another moment, knowing that the longer I do so, the more obvious my pup-like apprehension will become. So I make my decision and reach for the pipe nonchalantly. Well, my purpose is to understand the Khemian experience, so I suppose I should. I hold the pipe and realize I'm not exactly sure how I should proceed.
Oh, well, alright. Just take a pull on it. Into your mouth first, then inhale and hold it for a few seconds.
Brunus clearly didn't expect me to accept, and I feel some satisfaction at his reaction. I bring the pipe to my lips, trying not to let it visibly tremble. I suck on the opening, hearing a small hiss from the pipe. Then a gentle warmth fills my mouth.
He's hitting the vape. Baby's first vape hit.
Oh no! Yeah, he's a vapor. Vape Nation.
Vape Nation.
Vape Nation. Hashtag Vape Nation.
Vape Nation.
He's gonna have a pouch just for his juices.
Yep.
You know, like he has a holster for the actual vape itself.
Is it like a little? It could be like when he wears it around his neck. He just like always has it where it's a big box mod, but he still wears it around his neck, so he can just go. Someone I know hits the vape like that. He's got like a big box, and whenever he goes for it, you just hear like really loud, and then you hear when he blows out this big old billowing thing of smoke. It's really funny.
I know several people like that, where they have like 2 or 3 bottles with them at all times. They have like an extra pair of batteries in case like something happens to the ones in their box.
Yeah.
It's like, huh.
When they about that vape life, they go hard, brother.
Right?
They go hard in the paint.
And I'm like, man, I'd rather like It just sounds easier to use a cigarette.
Well,
You just need a cigarette and a lighter. That's it. Yes, it's less healthy for you. But it's like, man, the convenience just seems...
the convenience
Yeah,
outweighs.
yeah, I'm like looking at all this and I'm like...
But people also like the flavors.
Oh my god.
People don't want to taste the tar and nicotine and tobacco. People want lemon, raz, electric.
Oh my god, that
Boogaloo.
shit's always confuses me because it's like, I want the thing without the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what? It's like the people that drink those, like, those coffee beverages that have so much other shit in it that it might as well not be coffee anymore.
Yeah, like you know, and like the bottled Starbucks drinks, it's
Yeah.
mostly sugar.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's the... Just order hot chocolate. Stop lying to yourself.
People want the coffee flavor. The
No,
the
but they
slight-
don't.
The slight,
But they
hint.
don't, because I'll ask people, like, why do you order that? And they're like, oh, I don't like coffee. And I'm like, then why are you ordering from a coffee shop?
Because it's
I don't-
close enough.
I don't...
It's legit enough. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I don't drink the bottled coffee drinks.
No.
I still drink them every once in a while.
Yeah, but
'cause-
you're a coffee person, though.
That's true.
And that's just, like, it's enough of a separate variant, like, I get it. But, like, for the people that are like, no, I hate coffee. But they'll get the stuff that's so almost not coffee
Mm-hmm.
just for the culture. Like, fuck off. Just stop lying to yourself.
For the culture.
As I take the pipe away from my muzzle, a long curl of white vapor follows it.
Yeah, now just breathe it in slow.
As Brunus talks, I suck in breath through my mouth and immediately choke and cough as that white smoke bursts out of my muzzle.
That sounds like baby's first vape hit.
Whoa.
Brunus leans back and then forward to take the pipe from my paw. Yes, as I double over and continue to cough. For a moment, I'm worried I'm about to suffocate because each time I take in a breath, it hitches in my chest and it comes back out in more coughs. But then the next breath comes easier, and so does the next. Brutus pats my back in a most awkward way before sticking the pipe back into his mouth.
Guess you've never smoked anything before, eh?
I shake my head, too busy catching my breath to be able to tell him that smoking anything, even legal herbs, is illegal on Nadastra.
Just smoke that oregano, bro.
Right? I love basil.
Hitting the hard stuff, I see. Basil. Shoo.
I'm more of a sage man myself.
I'm more of a sage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I sit down on the other crate, taking deep breaths and doing my best to not fall into another coughing fit.
Well, probably best to leave it at that for now. Wait a few minutes and see how you feel.
I nod, only now aware of the smell I associate with Brunus. I'm gonna cut that out in post.
Why?
Coating my mouth and the back of my throat.
Is it because we don't talk about Bruno?
I
Josh?
will stab you. I will stab you. Right now. No remorse.
You used to stab me all the time.
Yeah, you loved it.
No, it was awful, and I hated it very much.
The flavor of it is rather sweet, and not too terribly unpleasant. Still, experience of my throat and lungs burning like that did just now leaves me unaware if I'd ever even wanted to try it again. Brutus leans back, watching me carefully, as if I'm worried I might kneel over.
So, what do wolves do for fun in a place where everything's legal?
I rub my chest, leaning back as well so I can breathe easier. Meanwhile, Brunus continues to smoke his pipe, seemingly unaffected by the warm, irritating vapor sitting in his chest. Well, we have alcohol. Saying this reminds me that after learning from my doctor that sedatives,
Sedatives.
yeah, were a womanly medication that I should instead go buy some cheap drink on the market.
Get blitzed.
It certainly felt more manly, boldly drinking an entire tankard of toxic tasting ale, while my friends cheered around me.
You know, the manly way to solve your internal problems.
Yeah, drink.
Good drink.
And it did help, at least until I began blacking out from drinking too much, and that frightened me away from it. Fucking loser. Probably for the best. Brunus makes a face.
Blah. Not a fan of the stuff. Makes me sick and gives me a headache.
I don't enjoy it much either these days. I mainly partake to better match the mood of my friends and our nights off. This was partially true, but not the main reason. It also hadn't been the same since. Nothing has been the same since. Why did I keep telling myself that? Before and after. I'm a different person now. The Skippy-chan died that day.
That Skippy-chan
Yeah.
died that day.
Oh, I get that. And it tastes like shit. Sure, acquired taste and all, but it all tastes the same to me. Just different shades of shit.
Yo, say. I feel that only now the conversation is beginning to feel natural between Brunus and I. Like a conversation between friends. It is unfortunate that I am unable to respond. Because I am dead. Okay. Well, this seems like a decent place to end the part.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is look, it's green now.
It's green
It's
and
green.
red.
Yeah, it's lit.
Things are happening.
We're entering the Nickelodeon slime.
Oh shit, slime zone.
Yeah. So we'll see you around, everyone.